Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to get your thread and tie a knot at the end so you can start sewing. So when you go get your thread from one of the embroidery boxes, go ahead and open it, pick the color that you want. Say I want this color. I'm going to find where the end is, right here. I'm going to gently pull it a little bit. You're going to want about a foot. That's like the length of a ruler. About this much, because if you get a little bit like this, then you're going to be running back and forth getting thread. I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to put it back exactly in the little slot that I got it from. This will keep it organized so we can easily get to it. Okay, got my thread here. I'm going to pick which side is not really frayed. I can see this one on the left is maybe a little bit better for fitting in that eye of the needle than this one. Okay, I'm not going to lick it. So I know some people have put it in their mouths to make it thinner. Sometimes that can make it just nasty and worse. So I will not help you or touch your thread if you have put your slobber all over it. Alright, I got the eye of my needle right here. I'm going to hold it just a little bit back from the end. So I'm not right next to it. I'm not all the way down here because I can't really get it in there when I'm that far back. I'm going to go right about there. And then I'm going to gently put it through the eye of the needle just by wiggling it back and forth. Once all of those are in there, I'm going to pull it about that much. I am not going to tie a knot on this end by my needle, because if I do that, I'm not going to be able to put my needle in and out of my felt, because there's going to be a knot here. Instead, I want to have about 1 inch to 2 inches right here, and then when I start sewing, I'm just going to make sure that I'm holding it both of them at the same time so I don't lose it. If you lose it, if it comes out while you're sewing, just put it back in. It's not a big deal. Okay, on the other side, at the very end of the long part, I'm going to need a knot, because if I don't tie a knot down here, when I pull it through the felt, it's just all going to come out. So a knot is just how you would tie any knot. I'm going to cross it over, and then I'm going to take this loose end, and I'm going to go up and through that hole I just made. So let me do that again. It kind of looks like a fish. I'm going to go up through that hole I just made, and before I tie it really tight, I'm going to try to move that knot as close to the end as I can, because if I pull it and it's like somewhere in the middle, then I'm wasting all that string that's on the other end. So I'm going to pull it very gently before tying it really tight, as close to the end as I can. Okay, if your knot is really small like mine is, and you're afraid that that's going to come out through the felt, go ahead and tie another one, but you have to make sure that your second knot that you tie is at the is on top of the one that you just did. So I can see that my knot is right here. If I pull it right now, it's not going to end up on top of it. So while my knot is loose, I'm going to need to gently move it and slide it along the end until it's on top. This is probably the hardest part. Okay, I did my best. That's a double knot.